Vic Flores here, BoxingTribune.com. Here with Maureen Shea, who's fighting this Friday, March 16th. Maureen, what have you worked on in your camp?
I've worked on a lot of things, coming forward, fighting a little bit more. Last year, my fans saw a lot of boxing. I boxed my opponent last year. It was a 4-round bout. This year it's going to be either, I think it's 6/8 round bout. They're going to see a lot more movement from Maureen, a lot more counter-punching, a lot coming forward. I've been working on so many things in the gym with Hector Roca, and I'm so lucky to have a world-class trainer like him, and I'm really looking forward to displaying my skills.
Do you know any weaknesses in your opponent that you kind of definitely worked on in your training?
Well, I really don't focus on my opponent, which a lot of people are going to say, hey, don't you watch tape or anything? I don't watch tape. I trust my management, and they tell Hector, anything about that he needs to know about her, and I just prepare for myself, and I go in there focus on me, focus on my task at hand, and I eject it the best that I can.
During training, did they focus on anything that you should expect from your opponent?
We really didn't, I focus on just coming forward. We're really focused on me and my ability as a fighter and me growing as a fighter. So definitely just coming forward, using my jab a lot more, working the inside, placing my punches. I'm maturing in the sport, and with that, Hector's able to add more things to my training regimen, which I've been doing.
In the press conference, you got a little emotional about the name that you're going to be having on your skirt. Faith, did you want to just tell the fans a little bit about that?
Faith is the granddaughter. She's 7 years old. She's the granddaughter of a very close friend of mine, and she's a special little girl that I hold special in my heart. She's so, as sweet as they come, and she was diagnosed with a malignant tumor in the base of her brain early last week. They removed it, and now she'll be undergoing chemotherapy in the upcoming weeks. And I just wanted her to know that I'm going to be wearing her name on the back of my skirt, fighting for her. And what a name, Faith! And that's what we all have to have. Not just I have it inside the ring, also outside of the ring, and she represents it, and I know she's fighting her own little fight.
What are your thoughts on the fight that's the main event?
I'm looking forward to it. I really admire Bonsante, being that he is a 9-to-5 guy. He's a hard worker, a blue-collar guy. He's got a family. I definitely believe he's coming to fight because of his fight of life already. And people don't realize that there's a fight outside of the ring before you get into the ring, and that man is definitely fighting it. It's not easy to work a full-time job and box. I know. I did a full-time job. I went to school, and I boxed. So I definitely admire him. I'm looking forward to seeing him and that perseverance come out in the fight. Duddy, I admire John so much. I've seen him in the gym. We have similar work ethic, and he works very hard, and he's definitely a go-getter himself, and he knows what it's like. Coming over from Ireland to the big city of New York, it's a serious step over, and I see where his career has gone and where it is going, and I believe that he is going to be on top of the world.
Now, you're not only on the card, you're also working for Irish Ropes. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And what do you see, your future? Is your future going to be in boxing, or is it going to be in publicity, or anything else for that?
Well, Irish Ropes came to me and asked me if I would, if they wanted to hire me, being their executive PR person here in New York. And this was my first time in the office working PR, and it was an incredible experience. I saw what was going on inside of the office, outside of the ring, and it's to put together this event. It is a huge amount of work, and sometimes I don't feel that the people behind the scenes get enough credit. Because now that I see it, and I hope these boxers and these fighters know how hard it is behind the scenes and what these people do because they believe in these fighters, and just backing them and putting on the show and making the fans see it, and hopefully the fans appreciate it too, because I've experienced it as a fighter, both inside the ring and outside of the ring, and I love it. It's exciting. I worked with Bob Trieger. He's wonderful. He's a wonderful teacher. I hope to learn more from him as I go, and I'll be working full-time for them, also with my boxing career, because my boxing comes first. Eddie McLaughlin knows that, and it's wonderful that I have them. They understand that. It's very difficult to be a professional boxer and have obviously I work, I have a certain lifestyle that I like to live, so I need to afford my rent and my car and everything, and it's great to have somebody like Eddie being my boss, because he understands my training regimen, how hard I work, and he knows when I need off, and he trusts me to know that I'm not a slacker, I'm a hard worker, and I'll give as much there as I do into my boxing, and I believe with time management that I can do it, and I hope to progress in the industry and keep doing the PR and see if it leads to anything else from there, but boxing will always be a part of me.
After this fight, what do you have planned? Do you have any upcoming fights, any real big fights you want to work on, anybody you'd like to fight?
Well, actually, I take it one fight at a time, but actually right now I'm ranked #1 by the WBA, and I know my management is, they're going to make plans for my, I pretty much just focus on the present moment. I'd eventually love to go for a title and, you know, my bigger dreams, my bigger goals, but right now it's just staying busy. I'm very fortunate I've been able to fight November, December, January. I could have fought in February, but we took it off, being that I'm working with Irish ropes now and I needed a break, and now again in March and hopefully, you know, April, May, and I'll just keep on going, you know, and I thank God for all of this, because without him it wouldn't be possible.